Heya Cryptozens, tonight's show. Dogecoin Upgrade. What is Shibarium? SEC investigating BNB. It's 10 p.m. Pacific time. The date is June 6, 2022. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nicodemus. I'll be your host. The cover model, mascot, and co-host for this podcast is Tex. And together we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. So take a minute, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast now, because we're here at 10 p.m. each and every night so that when you leave in the morning, you're taking with you the crypto news analysis that you need to start your day. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. Disclosure alert, my wife loves Doge. Despite that, I will do my best to fairly present both sides of this story. Dogecoin's getting an update, and I'm guessing it's not far off. Patrick Lauder is one of the core developers for the project, and he's the one who announced the plan to upgrade the Dogecoin network to 1.14.6. Now, some of these are security-related upgrades. Some resolve quality of life issues for both developers and users. And so it came to pass that Mr. Lauder announced the upgrade changes via the project's GitHub. And in that post on GitHub, you'll find the list of features for the upgrade at the 50,000-foot level of detail. Central to that announcement are the must-have, should-have, and could-have categories. Now, they define must-have as things that, quote, we should consider delay without these things having been merged. So they're things that are important to the project, things that they probably don't want to move forward if they haven't been included. A should-have is defined as, quote, we should do our utmost to merge these. And could have is, quote, nice to haves, non-critical for release. And there are some 18 or so items on the list between the different sections. Now, this plan comes more than 6 months after the last version of Dogecoin was released. And in this plan, if you'll note, Bitcoin vulnerabilities and other vulnerabilities are front and center to be fixed. Now, the one for Bitcoin helps defend Bitcoin nodes from receiving transactions from other nodes. And further, some enhance the security and usability of the Dogecoin core infrastructure. Examples are setting the wallet discard threshold to 0.01 Doge. That makes Dogecoin cheaper to use, since the old limit was a full Doge. There's measures to protect against a DDoS attack, and there's a lot of cleanup. So what's next? I hear they're looking at cleaning up the wallet code. They're planning on updating the wallet infrastructure as well as fixing up the user interface. And there is some provision for improved handling of address messages as well. Now, if you remember, back in August of last year, the Dogecoin Foundation made its return. Elon Musk, the Doge father himself, got involved, of course. And this is through his surrogate, Jarrett Birchall. Also, Vitalik Buterin, he joined as an advisor. And then 3 community members, Gary LaChance, Jens Weikers, and Timothy Stebbing also joined, as well as developers Michi Lumen and Ross Nichol. And it was Nichol at the time who said this: doesn't replace the existing developers, but provides a structure to hire full-time staff to work on Dogecoin, including engineers. And Dogecoin has been taking steps. Elon Musk, he was voted Dogecoin CEO back in 2019. So even before the foundation returned, he's been advising the core Dogecoin development team. And Buterin, he recently donated $1 million in ETH to the Dogecoin Foundation. Now, he has hinted at a Dogecoin Ethereum collaboration in the past. He was on Lex Friedman's YouTube podcast when he said if there was a link between the Ethereum and Dogecoin, that could boost Doge's transaction speed thousands of times per second faster. He was asked if Dogecoin could unseat Bitcoin. Buterin said, quote, if Doge were connected to Ethereum and people could trade Doge thousands of times per second, that would be awesome. He said, quote, I think if we can safely connect Doge to Ethereum, that's great. And when Ethereum gets the scalability, that works for Ethereum assets. You'll be able to trade Doge with very low transaction fees and very high speeds as well. And those concerns are real concerns. transaction speed and cost, those have been points of criticism for the top dog meme coin. And I think it's an interesting idea. I'm liking that we are seeing upgrades to the Dogecoin network coming out, because Dogecoin started out as a joke, but it doesn't have to stay that way, and the foundation's working on it. I reported earlier this year that Doge was working to get the trademarks to their own product in Europe. Doge had been abandoned, and nobody was paying much attention to the legal side of things. Dogecoin co-creator Jackson Palmer just walked away from the crypto years ago, which I believe is what has led to his little spat with Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk is continuing to breathe life into Palmer's project when Palmer would rather watch it die. At any rate, Dogecoin has one of the most vibrant, most active communities in crypto, and I'm sure that they're going to be excited over the news. Then again, maybe not. As we like to do here, let's take a look at the numbers. Dogecoin got a bump of about 3.2% or so when the announcement broke. That brought it up to 8.5 cents per Doge, which sounds nice, but last week it was 8.8 cents a piece, so still short of the local one-week high. As I write this, it has fallen to 8.2 cents per Doge. Let's check the markets. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $1.28 trillion. It's up a decent amount, 3.27% since yesterday. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin up 4.67%, Ethereum up 2.33%, Tether, USDC, and Binance Coin down 1.18%. We'll be talking about them in a bit because they're having a rough day. Shibarium is Shiba Inu's Layer 2 blockchain. Sort of. Utilizing Bone, it forms the basis for the infrastructure to build all the SHIB projects in development, especially SHI, the Shiba Inu stablecoin. That's an algorithm stablecoin, by the way, so be aware of that. There's the Shibarium metaverse. That will run on Shibarium, of course. And they're planning the, quote, Shibarium financial ecosystem. Now, before they disappeared, Ryoshi said they expected Ethereum pools to fork over to Shibarium, things like Aave, Compound, and Curve. And then there's the Shiba Inu game. So there's a lot riding on this. And because Shiba sits on Ethereum, gas fees can be crazy high. And frankly, that's got a lot to do with why this was proposed to begin with. Now, Shibarium was originally referred to as a blockchain by Ryoshi. They wrote in a blog post, quote, "The line between an L2 and a blockchain is thin. I mean, what is the difference really between Matic L2 and Binance Coin Smart Chain?" You have to take my word for it. When they, Ryoshi, disappeared, they burned their entire social media presence, so you can't go and look it up. But that's what was written. Just keep in mind, Shibarium is not a new blockchain. It doesn't mean that there's a SHIB 2.0 coming out. Shiba is staying on Ethereum. One of the developers wrote in a blog post that transactions would be, quote, approved in seconds for pennies. Now, Ryoshi first had said fees would be low or even zero. And Satoshi Kusame is the Shiba project lead. Perhaps more diplomatically, she said, quote, Shibarium will offer low fees for every service, game, or whatever builds on it. And that's important because while SHIB shares a blockchain with Ethereum, they'll also be sharing Ethereum's gas fees. So remember when Shiboshi NFTs launched? Yeah, last year. They launched what is becoming a very stereotypical 10K profile pick project. All 10,000 items sold out in 35 minutes. So now if you sell 10,000 NFTs in 35 minutes, you know you are looking at some serious gas fees, at least if you're on Ethereum. Now, one guy said, yeah, I lost $1,500 in gas fees and didn't get anything. And another said, I paid $125 gas fee and got nothing in return. Man, this sucks. It was after that sale that Kusama retweeted a message from the Shibarium project's Twitter account. And it said, quote, my lovely people, we understand some of you are disappointed for the gas fees when Shiboshis were released, but it is due to high pressure on Ethereum blockchain. However, the developer team is building Shibarium blockchain, which is the solution. It's just a matter of time. And again, it's not really a blockchain. It's a L2, but whatever. And so it is expected that on June 8th, the main net upgrade is expected to happen. And so it appears SHIB is one step closer, one step further along towards their goal of transforming Shiba Inu from joke Dogecoin meme to serious utility token. The global NFT market cap is up over $12.15 billion. Sales volume is down 2.26% in 24 hours. According to CoinMarketCap, the top 5 NFT collections by sales volume are Bored Apes, followed by Murakami Flowers, Goblin Town, We're All Gonna Die, and Vivid Limited. Now keep in mind, some of these collections have very volatile prices, so do your own research. So this is a very rapidly developing story. Just came out less than an hour or so ago, so some details will be lacking. So the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, they have Binance under their microscope, specifically the Binance coin. And if the SEC is involved, that means securities. And if they're looking at a coin, as they are in this case, that's what they suspect the security in question to be. In this case, the Binance coin. So let's take a look. Now this comes from a Bloomberg report, and it looks like the SEC has launched a probe into Binance and their token Binance coin. Binance was launched in 2017, and soon after, 2017 July, they held an ICO, an initial coin offering. Now that's similar to an initial public offering, but instead of announcing the availability of a stock, usually to both retail and institutional investors, they're announcing the availability of a coin. And that's what happened here. Binance offered the Binance coin, and it was distributed between early backers, angel investors, and the core team. And so at the ICO, each Binance coin was sold for 15 cents apiece. And that helped Binance raise around $15 million. And that's where the problem for Binance might be coming from. It seems like Gary Gensler and the SEC are concerned that the Binance coin is a security. If it's a security, then Binance is in trouble for not registering it. At that point, the ICO changes from a fundraising activity to the illegal sale of unregistered securities. That's not good, especially for the position Binance coin generally holds in the market between 3rd and 5th place by market cap. Reportedly, they're also looking into Binance US. They want to make sure that it is indeed separate from the main Binance business. And that's not their only troubles. It has been a bad day for Binance. A report published by Reuters claims that Binance effectively supported illegal trade throughout the world, failed to prevent money laundering cases, and failed at imposing a solid know your customer policy. They say this happened because Binance would let you open accounts and move funds with just an email address. Reuters is saying that Binance let users operate with little or no KYC requirements until last August. Now, Binance, for their part, they are denying this entirely. They said, quote, Binance has the world's most sophisticated anti-money laundering systems and employs the most experienced anti-money laundering investigators, not only in crypto, but in the world. So unlike laundering of cash through banks, crypto money laundering is not difficult to identify and disrupt. Now, Binance is defending themselves by pointing out their past actions. They helped take down Hydra, the Russian platform for selling illegal drugs. They froze money sent to them from the Lazarus hacker group. Remember them? They're the North Korean hacker group. They took over $600 million from Axie Infinity. Well, some of that money got sent to Binance, and then Binance claims that they froze over $5 million of it. They said, quote, we actively work with numerous law enforcement agencies to target North Korean campaigns by sharing intelligence, proactively freezing accounts, and shutting down their networks before they can successfully escape with the stolen funds. As far as Hydra goes, Binance claims to have been instrumental in taking down that exchange. They said, quote, the ability to trace the flow of funds to identify where the market was hosted is the reason the case is closed. Binance believes it has taken more action against Russian money laundering operations than any other crypto exchange. Meanwhile, the Reuters report quotes people who claim Binance was the fastest and cheapest way to pay drug dealers. So what does all this mean for Binance Coin? Well, I think as far as the SEC goes and claims that Binance Coin is a security, I think they're going to come out okay. The SEC took 5 years to come after Binance, and it's not like they don't know how. They already have Ripple in court over XRP over the exact same thing, so they know how it's done. I think it just makes this case stronger. Why would the SEC wait so long if it were truly a threat, if it were truly something they were worried about? Now, the market did recoil at the news. Binance dropped from 301 to 287 territory before bouncing back to the 297 range. That's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then like, comment, and subscribe. Give us a glowing review, because that helps other people find their way to this podcast. And we're here each and every night at 10 p.m. Pacific to bring you the crypto news analysis that you need to start your day. You can find us on podcasting platforms everywhere or on YouTube. Do you have questions or comments? Reach out and let us know. The email address is nick@cryptoovernighter.com. That's nick@cryptoovernighter.com. Or come find us on YouTube. Leave me a comment and maybe I'll read it in the next episode. We'll see you tomorrow night.